Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. And today is Sunday on Labor Day weekend, so I've kind of got the day to do what I want to do. So I decided I was going to build a new kit. And by new, I mean newish. It hasn't just come out. This came out 3 or 4 months ago. Just now getting around to it. It took a very long time to get these, and I got mine, and when I got it, I was in the middle of something else, so this got put on the shelf, and then, something new and shiny or old and dirty showed up and distracted me. So I decided today we're going to build this guy. I'm really interested in building this. This is the first time building this chassis for me, and I've also got the top force to build. I wanted to build this one first. This one is more of, the entry-level version of the top force. A lot of similarities between the two, but I wanted to build this one first. And don't hate me, I kind of prefer the look of this one over the top force. The top force is a nice looking buggy. I just, for some reason, I can't get over that crazy wing angle that it has. But I'm partial to the weird and quirky, and I would definitely say this body style fits the weird and quirky. So in typical fashion, I'm not going to take everything out piece by piece. I'm just going to get everything laid on the bench, take a quick overview of it, and then we're going to hop into the build. All I'm going to do is take pictures along the way and, kind of snap it together so you guys get a little build montage of it. And then we'll come back once we have, a car of sorts. All right. Well, we have, you know, a car of sorts. Body still needs to be done, but did get the car built, and you know, this was a very, very enjoyable little build. There's nothing difficult about this one. Everything goes together very, very well. There's no little gotcha moments. The manual's laid out super, super well. You know, it's just a cool looking little buggy. It's very reminiscent of, you know, the Hot Shot era, where you basically build the front, you build the rear. So this is very reminiscent of the Hot Shot family of cars. You basically build the whole rear, you build the whole front, then you fiddle around here in the middle a little bit, and then you just kind of put the front and the back on, and then ta-da, you pretty much have a rolling chassis. You know, like I said, nothing went particularly odd. Everything kind of went together just fine. Now, the only thing I did upgrade was I took the stock silver can out and put in the Sport Tune motor. Probably should have maybe gone with the Torque Tune. I don't know. You know, I built 3 or 4 recently with the Torque Tune, so I was like, hey, let me stick a Sport Tune in here. So the body, like I said, it's pre-drilled, so all you gotta do is cut it out. And the one thing I did like is right up front, they have your center body mount pre-drilled, but then they have this really tricky section to cut out pre-punched. So literally all you have to do is cut around the nose to there, and then cut from there around the body, and that should make it a whole lot easier to do. And the other thing I liked with this one is, like I said, they have the body mounts pre-punched, but they just put a small little dimple in here in case you want to run the aerial up. If you don't, like I typically don't want to have the aerial sticking up unless it's a vintage one. I don't want to see it. So this one you can just paint right over it. You'll have a little tiny dimple, but no big deal. And you know, I've got my antenna laid down inside the car. You know, I might lose 50, 100 feet of range out of it like that, but I typically don't drive more than 50 or 100 feet away from me. So really, I've got way too much range anyway. So I've got to get this cut out and get it painted. It is just god-awful humid today, and I don't want to go out there and risk, you know, the crazing that can happen when you're painting. Basically what happens is you're putting the paint on here, and the paint cools as it's curing because everything's evaporating, and when it's really humid, the, you know, condensation factor and this and that, and it can screw up your paint job. And you know, that, and I've been down here for quite a while, I just don't want to. But I will come back to you guys as soon as I have the body painted and decaled, and we'll wrap this guy up for the build. We'll have a run video shortly afterwards. It's not going to get run right now. We just got some mega rainstorms over the last 2 days, so everything is soaking wet, and I really don't want to take the brand new shiny buggy out there and get it muddy. Dusty, fine. Muddy, not right now. So we will be back once this, you know, looks a little bit better than that. Well, all right, guys, so we have the finished buggy here, and I have to say, I'm a little tiny bit disappointed in the body. There are a few sections. There's a piece right here, and then there's a piece that's actually underneath the four-wheel drive sticker there, and I think there was another, I think it was one of the spots up in here underneath the free flow sticker. I thought they were paint sags, so when I pulled the protective film off the top of it, I saw those, and I was like, man, I really tried really hard to put nice thin even coats of paint on here to not get any paint sags. Then I'm looking at it, and you can actually feel it on the outside of the body. So there's actually issues with you know, where the body has been molded, that there's little odd creases in it, and they're not like it got bent or damaged in packaging. It's just molded into the body badly. You know, not a huge deal, but it is very noticeable here. I'll take an up-close picture of it, and you can kind of see in the light where it actually, the body's dented in. But overall, you know, it's going to get scratches on it. It's not that big of a deal. The one thing I did different, other than the box art, is the windshield here is actually smoke, and the only black is down here. In the instructions, they just tell you to paint the whole thing black. And I'm like, well, then the whole thing is going to look like one giant windshield going all the way to the nose of the car. So I did the black up here, and then I came back with 2 coats, 2 fairly heavy coats of smoke. Can't get it real heavy because then you start getting weird sags and bubbles and blotches in it. So with the smoke, you really have to be careful. But it still gives it that cool, you know, whole cockpit look to the front of it. And I actually put a little Tamiya I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll take a picture. But I put one of the Tamiya stickers on top of the servo, so when you look down in there, you can actually see the little Tamiya logo. Like I said before, the buggy all went together very well. Those little notches in the front that they cut into the body for the really hard to cut out spots around the shock towers, that helped a lot. You know, you don't have to get in there and try to flex and break and snap and cut and all that stuff in that tight little squared out corner. It's already done for you, and you know, there's no weak spots in it doing it that way. You know, just cutting out this little swoopy section in here was a little tricky, mostly because the body is fairly thin. You know, it's not terribly thin, but it does have, it wants to push in on you when you're trying to score it with the hobby knife. But like I said, nothing terribly difficult. You know, minor quibbles. Overall, I'm really liking the buggy. I think it turned out looking sweet. Of course, I'll take it outside, get some up close pictures of it to wrap this up with. We're not running it today. It's still a little damp outside, so I don't want to get mud and crap all caked into a brand new build. You know, let it get dusty first, and then, you know, we can get it dirty after that. But I hope you guys enjoyed just the build video. Let me know what you guys think about the buggy. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you indifferent on it? You know, is this better or worse than the Top Force? Now, again, I know I'm going to get grief about, you know, liking the kind of design of this better than the Top Force. And like I said, I don't have anything against the Top Force. It's just I prefer the look of this one better. Anyway, guys, everybody out there, you guys be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See ya.